start to finish. And it was about this machine. This guy, he was almost like the basically like the founder of Google, how he is. So he had, you know, lived in this secluded area, like a forest, and had this amazing like home where it was like all tech savvy, and you know, so he had an intern come in that was this genius teenage intern come in. It's like imagine the founder of Google inviting you to your house to come, you know, work for him and like learn some stuff for about a week. Came in, the guy with all he wanted him to do is basically observe and speak to his new robot machine that he created, right? What he needed to know so that he could see if he failed or if he was successful with his robot is to see if the human could have feelings or start feeling like the robot was real. Once the human started feeling like the robot was like human-like, that's when he knew he succeeded. So the guy basically at the end of the day basically fell in love. The intern fell in love with the machine. Oh my god! And the machine ended up turning on them, killing the robot, killing the founder, and locking the intern inside the house. Because the robots that he used to create was locked in the house. He used to abuse them and everything sexually, whatever. So, yeah, this reminds me of these robots movies. These robot movies kind of creep me out because, you know, they are actually being created.
Yeah, it's kind of like a current thing that's in technology right now. We're, you know, developing more robots. And
yeah, they have, like, androids in Japan. They have, like,
and they have robot fighting contests. You could check, if you go on Google and you could YouTube it, you could see what's really going on. They have these robots where they could have emotions. They're trying to make them have more emotions.
I believe that they have, like, sex dolls that can talk to you now. Or, like, in the future. And I was just like, wow. Okay, like there are people in this world, you know what I mean? Like
there are people. I feel like even the most desperate person can get laid.
Yeah.
If you really search for
there are tons of sites. Like there's literally like no one is like unique in their freakness anymore. Like there is a website for everything.
There's a lot of crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, so I mean
it's not just foot fetishes anymore.
No, that's like the famous of it.
So now smart TVs are actually being able to listen to your conversations. Samsung TV, they have a voice command recognition, and it remembers what you say. Not just hearing your voice, but it remembers your conversations. It can be sensitive or personal information where they're storing that, and the reasons why. Just like when I warned you guys about apps on your phone, downloading it, it tells you everything in the subscription before you
download everything.
It tells you what they're able to have access to.
That's why I don't have Facebook Messenger.
Me neither.
I did when I got a new phone. I didn't download the Facebook app. But other things like Instagram, I'm like, forget it. But it's plenty of other stuff. It's like, what is Facebook going to do when all the other apps are like that as well?
Right.
So the Samsung TV has the voice recognition, and the reason why they say it is because because they want to be able to study for purposes of study.
I feel like isn't that illegal to like record people?
Privacy. What if I don't want to be part of that study? What if I don't want you to use my data or know what I watch or what I say?
Also, there is a law though that like if you're recording someone, like there has to be like two parties involved, and you can be one of those parties that consent, so you can record someone without them knowing, like on a phone call or something like that, which I think is very sus. So I feel like that should be looked into. But I'm pretty sure that that's illegal. That they
can read text messages and apps. It's crazy.
No, not about that.
And the problem with this is that the problem isn't knowing what tech savvy people who have power now because they have your information. The problem isn't them knowing what you're thinking about. The problem is once they could predict what you're going to think about, they could predict the future. So before, like, hearing the things, okay, but once they could predict what you're already going to think about and how you're thinking about something, that means they could predict the future. They're going to know what you're going to do and know people's actions.
Do you really think that's like possible though? I feel like that is like a reality, but I don't think necessarily to the point of predicting the future. Possibly just like sort of like cookies on your computer, how like they kind of like look at things that you like and then give you suggestions for more things that you like. But I don't think that it's ever going to be.
They're doing that just to help you?
Well, I think it's ultimately a consumer provider like tool, because like if you suggest things that I like, I'll be more likely to buy them. You know what I mean? Like I am partial to pineapples, so if somebody like shows me different like apparel with pineapples on it, I'm more likely to want to buy that. So they're leading me in a direction where I want to buy something. I want to consume the foods that they're giving.
And it's other things like that where it's not really harmful, but it's just ways that they're advertising so that they can make profit. So you're going to buy their products. That's great. Definitely. But then the underlying problem is that when they're what people could take advantage, and now we have all this access. What else could we do with all this power and information we have? That's what you have to think about. What people could do.
Where does it end, though? You know what I mean? Where
it's a very fine line.
Yeah, try to advance it.
And what if the technology gets into the hands of the wrong people? You know, because on your computer you can get viruses, or people can hack into your webcam and watch you, and you have no idea.
Yeah, not everybody's just trying to sell their products. You know, so that's what the problem is. If they just not just knowing all your information, then they can know what you're going to think about, you know? What are they going to do with that? They can
track you, like, where your movements are. That's why I try to never do, like, location services anymore. Because, I mean, like, on Snapchat, like, they have, like, those, like, geotags. But I'm not partial to that because I don't really like people knowing where I am, or people knowing where I'm going, or where, like, I will be. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's definitely a scary reality. Don't want that.
Every time I get nervous that there's someone watching me, I get paranoid that someone's watching me on the other side of my webcam. I'm like, well, they're just like watching my face, just stare blankly at a screen for hours watching Netflix or whatever.
Studying your house, where you are.
Yeah, I mean, I really only bring it to my room, but you can enjoy all of my cool posters on the wall.
Like the tie-dye and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I was watching a series, you told me about this, Black Mirror on Netflix.
Great series.
It's amazing. It's very short, though. I feel like British shows are always very short in terms of their seasons. But it's basically just how, like, humans interact with technology. And there was one where, like, people had, like, memory eye cams. So they recorded everything that was happening to them. And they could, like, play it back. And, like, this guy literally, like, found out that his wife was cheating on him through all of this technology. It was so crazy. Like, the progression was truly wild. I suggest that you watch this because it's so amazing. I was like, wow. And it's definitely something that could happen in the future. Like, we have, like, drones now. We have, like, all this crazy stuff. Like, I don't think that it's too far off. Like, 2015 sometimes I feel like doesn't feel like the future, but, like, we definitely are in a new age.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Think about our country 100 years ago in 1915. How different it was. What a difference 100 year makes. All the progression socially with technology that we've made. Things are so different.
Definitely socially. Now, on another topic, American Apparel.